What up, dog? Good afternoon or good evening. What's good, my sister Trey Spectors? Hope all is well with you. What's good, everybody? Yeah, I done just been out and about. I'm home now and chilling. I wanted to speak on some things, or not even on some things. I just wanted to bring up something that what I'm saying that been on that's on my mind at the moment. It's something I've been thinking about, and let me see. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me take care of this real quick. Let me set this real quick, y'all. Hope all is well. Hope everybody having a good day today. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful day. It ain't necessarily warm in Detroit right now. It's a little it ain't all the way spring here yet. We still got a little bit of cold going on right now. So y'all see the title when you let me see it say when you know your value, you become the most powerful. So basically, it speaks for itself. You know, um, it's a lot of stuff that's going on in the sector and Uncle L, what's good with it? Hope all is well with you, bro. Hope all is well. Maj, y'all already know what it is. I ain't questioning none of y'all. Hey, look, I only got a few miles, and y'all know what it is, so it's what it do. So basically, it's a lot of things going on in the sector. You know what I'm saying, and it's a lot of behavior that's going on right now, and the behavior is it's on display. Basically, you could tell a lot of these people that's especially the males, and I'm not speaking specifically on nobody, so what I'm saying, don't think that I'm taking shots at anybody. I'm not speaking to anybody specific. Not hey, you know what, it's not really about the sector. I mean, it's about the world, really. You know what I'm saying? It's all about in general. It's all about in general, and how a lot of people behave. Carlos, what's going on? Yeah, it's not really about the sector. It's about just the behavior of people, and it's like the men who grew the men in the world who grew up with fathers in their lives, they carry themselves a certain way. You know, their fathers spent time with them and taught them life lessons and showed them things about life, and just gave them basically, Missy, respect to your sister. Yeah, I gotta get you. I got you, Missy. You have to. It's like as fathers teach their sons, the way of the world, how the world operates. You know what I'm saying? They teach them. The mothers teach men how to love and nurture. Fathers teach them how to provide and protect. Those are just the basic things. And you know, the mothers teach the men about the emotions, and the father teaches them how to control it. And a lot of men that wasn't raised with their fathers don't have the I hate to say it, but the emotional intelligence is a thing. It exists. And men who have the men who don't have emotional intelligence, they act a certain way. They act on impulse, they act on emotion, they scream and holler, they can't have decent conversation, they want to be catty, and I deal with that on a regular basis, even in my real life, because I interact with a lot of people. So it's a lot of people out here that's emotionally charged but don't know how to control their emotions. And you know, they try to they try to exude that they have power and they're somebody special. They, you know, like as men, we understand that sometimes, Cara, respect to you, hope all is well with your sister. You know, it's, you know, a lot of people don't understand that you know, that we as men, we are the providers, we are the protectors, we are the, that's the correlation is, let's see the teachers. Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't trying, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to interrupt her what she was doing. You know, she spoke on something about feminism and she was speaking on the history. So I just wanted to add to the conversation that you know, the dynamic, you know what I'm saying, it is the dynamic of it is the dynamic of it is that they used a certain, they used a certain system to change the thing. That was the only thing that I was just trying to add to it. I wasn't trying to take away from anything. I was adding to what she was saying as far as like the feminist movement and um how that played a part into the feminist movement, because that was like the pre moment, you know what I'm saying, of everything. You know, during that era, it was she she had gotten past that. Oh, well, you know, well, I hope that Letitia don't take it as I was trying to disrupt her content, because that wasn't my intentions. You know, so I just want to make that clear that I support Letitia. She's one of my moms, and I definitely support her. And I wasn't trying to, you know, I wasn't trying to disrupt her content like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about, you know, I was just providing information to go along with her. So, you know, it's what it is, you know. But I'm not trying to, you know, I ain't trying to intervene in nobody content. You know, and that's one of the things that I'm gonna be talking about today, as far as you know, when you're able to add value, you know, and you have something to say, people will listen. And I think that you know, I think that I have well, I ain't gonna say I think, I know that I can add value, because you know, I add value to everything. You know, that whatever I want, whatever I think of that I can help or assist with, I'm gonna do it. You know, and that's what I do. So, oh, okay. Well, yeah, Trey. Hey, Trey. You know, I respect your opinion, sister. Like, I look. You know, if you feel hey, look, if that's what your perspective is, I have no choice but to respect it. So I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, respect to you, Trey. You know, hey, look, you already know I don't have a problem with honesty and people being truthful. So it's what it is. You know, respect to you all the time. You know how I go. Didn't say karma. My bad. Well, anyway, so you know, it's a lot of things that you know what I'm saying, as far as like in real life, you know, people don't understand that, you know, especially the men, we have to bring value to whatever we put our hands on, whatever we involve with, whatever we touch. Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's all good. Yeah, and it's not even about my value, because I know that, kiss my cheese, respect to you, sister. You know, I know my value, and I know the value of other people, because the people that have value, they always add to they always add to what you have to say or whatever that's going on. So, you know, it's what it is. So, you know, it's the devaluing is what I'm speaking on. You know what I'm saying? It's like the people that see your value, they have an issue with your value, because they don't have anything to offer when they come to the table. And that's the thing. You know, is, you know, my father always taught me to be valuable in the room. Always have be valuable in the room, but bring your own value. Bring the things that you can bring to the table, so that way everybody, we all can see what we have, and we can put it together, and we can make something great. So I said Kara. Oh, that's Courtney. My bad. I said Kara. You're right. My bad. My bad. Courtney. My bad. That's on me. That's a mistake on me. So, and my dad, like I said, my dad always taught me to be valuable. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Courtney, I do apologize if you want to cuss me out for 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you are free to cuss me out for a couple more minutes. So I'm good, Courtney. Man. Hey, go on and get it out your system. So, so you won't be mad at me. So, what up, though, Carlos? So, so basically, this, what I'm saying, like if you know your value, and you know what you bring to the table, and you know what your worth is, what I'm saying, you can be able to operate in any circumstance or any situation. But you have to know that you are valuable. And most men don't know that they don't know their value, or don't have any value to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what, what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. So, it's been a lot of adversity when it comes to the things that I talk about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I almost got a ritual every time. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got something to drink on. Yeah, hey, Courtney, my bad. I had just talked to you like 5 minutes ago. So, hey, look, you got 5 minutes to cuss me out. Since it was 5 minutes ago, go on and get your 5 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? Go on and talk crazy to me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all got something to tip on, you know what I'm saying? I've been easing up on drinking, y'all. So you know what I'm saying. So I've been taking days, a lot more days in between in the park. I hope, hey Trey, I hope so. I hope so. I'm rooting for my team. I'm a little behind cussing you out for well, hey, hey, you got it. Hey, you got it. Yeah, I've been easing up on drinking. I've been easing up on a lot of stuff, and I've been getting a lot more focused on my business and stuff like that, because it's procrastination is one of those things that sometimes hit me up, what I'm saying, especially when I'm not in the focused state of mind. But I've been focused these past few weeks. So I just been taking it light and easy, and staying more focused. I've been doing a little bit more working out, and what I'm saying, I've been hanging around good people and stuff. So I'm in a good mood. As long as my man ain't that food, sure. Hey, I already know. All right, so y'all know I do a little psychology stuff, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people be saying, oh, you be thinking Machiavelli and stuff like that. But this is stuff I read. This is stuff I pay attention to. This is things that, my father taught me when I was a young one. So I just try to, show a little bit of what I learned in life, and just try to pass it on. And if it don't resonate with certain people, it just don't. If it resonates with certain people, that help is what it is. So, if you help one person, get one person a day, that's all you need. So, the one person to turn it to. So, it's all about the movement and how you do it. So, basically this is about, learn how to increase your value. I have some information. Yeah, just let me know. Monday. All right, so only speak on the stuff because it happens in front of everyone. So it's just like it's just like, yo, I'm gonna talk about it. When it happens, it happens. It's like this. Certain panels I can hit. I can get on the panel, and I can have a great time and laugh and crack jokes. Other panels, it's always somebody to come in to try to disrupt the shit, and all the crazy shit, and just be like, yo, like, I didn't come up here to talk to you. You know, the email your platform. I think it is. Oh, come on, Trey. I ain't on that type of time. Like, look, I ain't on that type of time. But yeah, so okay, so learn to increase your value. You know what I'm saying? This is for the men out here. Yeah, yeah. Hey, it's what it is. Hey, I can't talk about nobody else. I can only talk about me. So hey, shout out to everybody who think about themselves sometime. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't tripping. Hey, I can only talk about me. I don't know nobody else. So I can only talk about me or the people I know or the people around me. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about my environment. I can't talk, I'm not one of those people that's looking into other people's lives to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So all I can talk about is me. So shout out to me. Shout out to everybody who thinks. Shout out to me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Kiss My Cheeks and everybody else up in this motherfucker. Shout out to y'all. So, hey, this shot is for everybody who gonna say shout out to me. Shout out to all the good people out here who doing the work and actually making the world move around. Hey, y'all got a shot? Anybody take juice, water, whatever y'all got? Hey. Yeah, yeah. Respect everybody. Here we go. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah. Hey, today's Sunday. All right.
Let me tell you something nobody else will. You are being measured right now. Every room you enter, every conversation you have, every moment of silence, someone is calculating your worth. This is not cruelty. This is reality.
So to start out right there, is everybody being measured. Every single person is measuring the other person. Well, I ain't gonna say every single person because I ain't really, you know, I'm not measuring myself to anybody else because I have my own thing. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else had their own thing. So, it's something that happens naturally. You know, when you hang around a group of people, it's always, oh, excuse me, what you bring to the table. And it's like, well, some people don't, some people do, but it's about what you bring to the table.
And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you stop being a pawn and start becoming a king. Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago. The world does not reward good intentions. It rewards value. Cold, undeniable, irreplaceable value. You are either an asset or you are invisible. You are either necessary or you are forgotten. There is no middle ground. So here is your choice. Keep living blind, hoping people will see your potential, or wake up, sharpen yourself into something they cannot ignore, and learn the ancient art of becoming untouchable. This is your beginning. The harsh truth about your worth.
All right, so the world doesn't care about what you go through in life, what you did in life, or any of that. All the world cares about is what you have to offer them. And that's in relationships, that's in business, that's in some of everything, it's in every aspect of life. You know what I'm saying? It's what can you do for me? It's a selfish way of thinking. Wait, hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me sorry about that, y'all. I had something going on in the house. I forgot what I was saying. I had to address that. Um, oh, I was saying something about I was saying something about Nobody cares what you go through in life. You know what I'm saying? All they care about is what you have to offer them, and it's all aspects. You know, it's not one aspect where it's like, you know, it's everything has become transactional. You know, over the time. So everything is transactional. So when you know what I'm saying, when you come across a lot of people, the first thing they're going to say is, does this person bring to the table? What does this person has to offer me that could help me be better? And it's become a selfish thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's the harsh reality, you know, and that's what it is basically.
Here is a truth that will sting. Nobody cares about your struggles. Nobody owes you recognition. The world is not your mother. It will not hold you, comfort you, or celebrate you simply for existing. Your worth is not determined by your feelings, your dreams, or your years of quiet effort. Your worth is determined by one thing only: what you bring to the table that others cannot easily replace.
And the that's the thing that a lot of men don't understand is that if we're in a group and three of us do the same thing, one of us is gonna get picked and the other two is gonna get dropped by the wayside. Who does this one thing better? So you have to always have this, you know, you have to have your own skill, your own lane, your own place. Bag of chips, respect to you, sister. Hope all is well. You know, you have to have your own thing to be valuable. You know, if you got 20 plumbers in the community, you know, you can't have, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna call the best plumber. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna, gee, mama, respect to your sister. You're gonna call the best plumber. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna call, if it's a group of electricians, you're gonna call the best electrician. You're not gonna call the secondary one unless the first one is super busy. You know, and then you're not gonna call the third one or the fourth one. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna call the best one. So it's always best for men to master their one thing, so they can be valuable when they step into a room because they have something to offer the group.
This is the harsh mathematics of power. Machiavelli wrote that men judge by appearances. They see results, not intentions. They see strength, not potential. You may have a heart of gold, but if you cannot demonstrate value, you are invisible. And invisible men do not rise.
An invisible man don't rise. They don't rise because if it's three or four that do the same thing, you're just common. You're not special. You're just the commoner, as they say.
They do not command respect. They do not build legacies. They simply fade into the crowd, wondering why life passed them by. Stop asking yourself what you deserve. Start asking what you offer. This is not pessimism. This is clarity. The moment you understand that your value is a product, something you build, refine, and present strategically, everything changes. You stop begging for attention. You start commanding it. You stop chasing opportunities. They start finding you. This is the difference between the desperate and the dominant. The desperate hope to be chosen. The dominant make themselves impossible to overlook.
And that's one of the things, you know. Oh yeah, hey, bag of chips. I appreciate you much. You already know what it is, sister. You know, it's the crazy thing about all of this in the world. Hey, money, what's going on, bro? Hope all is well with you. You know, it's like I use that example of the five people that do the same thing. If you don't stand out, you're going to fade into the crowd. You're going to be just like everybody else. And if you want to have negotiation power, you have to be a master at what you do. You can't just be another one of those. You know what I'm saying? You can't be another one. You know. You know, it's you got to stand out. I was already a legend in my neighborhood. When in all the neighborhoods that I lived in, I was a legend. It's not because um, I was a gangster or thug or I wasn't none of that. I was the dude that could draw and people could saw, yeah, drive safe, bag of chips for sure. I was known as the artist, the guy that walked down the street with the cane. I had a walking stick I used to walk with, and what I'm saying. I was a legend in my neighborhood because they like, yo, that motherfucker could draw, but he little wolf and shit. But what I'm saying, whenever you need something done, all you gotta do is just holler at him because he got you. So I built a reputation off of my work, not off of what I'm saying, not off of me being a good person or being nice to people. You know what I'm saying? Ike Love, what's good with Tribe, bro? Hey, long time no see, bro. Hey, I'm glad to see you, bro. I hope all is well with you. Hey, it's always good to see Tribe. You know how I go. So when you have something to offer, you become valuable. But when you have nothing to offer, you have to make yourself valuable. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what Muso. What up, though? What's good with it? Hey, bag of chips, you keep pulling over, you ain't gonna make it to where you going. My bad, I'm talking shit.
So audit yourself with brutal honesty. What skills do you possess that others need? What knowledge do you hold that solves real problems? What presence do you carry that makes people pause when you speak? If you cannot answer these questions, you have work to do. Not tomorrow, not next month, now. Because every day you remain average is a day you hand power to someone hungrier than you. And
Hey, look, I think you're gonna like this one, bro. This is hey, shout out to Ike Love. Ike Love is a hard working man, a family man, and he's valuable because he's valuable to the people around him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you already know. Hey, look, value is measured by what you bring to the table and the need of the people. So if you in a group of people and you have something to provide that will solve problems, that will make things better for other people, you become valuable. And a lot of people don't know that they have to bring value to be recognized as someone. Because a lot of these people think that they can have this, they deserve respect because of their existence. You know what I'm saying? But respect is earned. Learning things is earned. You have to earn everything. You don't deserve anything in this world because if it was like that, then the world would be different. But it's not different. It's whatever work you put into your craft or your skill is what you get in. Is what you get in return. Like you got to put in the work to get something, and nothing is just handed to you. We're not of that class of people, so we have different rules to how you play the game of life. Oh, and this part is important right here. Let me play it and go back.
And trust me, these questions, you have work to do. Not tomorrow, not next month, now. Because every day you remain average is a day you hand power to someone hungrier than you. And trust me, they are always hungry. Scarcity, the first law of power. Diamonds are not valuable because they are beautiful. They are valuable because they are rare. Gold does not command reverence because it shines. It commands reverence because it cannot be easily found. This is the first law of power that most men never learn. Scarcity creates value. Abundance destroys it. If you are always available, always eager, always saying yes, you have made yourself common, and common things are treated as disposable.
So, to what I was saying earlier, if there's five of y'all who do the same things and you're not on the level of the person that's in front of you, you're not valuable. You know what I'm saying? You're just another one. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a lot of people who don't like that term, like you just another one, but it's a lot of people out here who just another one. You know, they're not there is nothing exceptional about them. There's nothing that makes them stand out. It's something that they are within themselves. That's just like, you know, I'm just like the next one. You know.
Machiavelli knew that princes who gave too freely lost the respect of their subjects. The same applies to you. When you pour yourself out without strategy, you drain your own worth. You become the person people call only when convenient. The backup plan, the safe option, never the first choice. Learn to withdraw. Learn to be selective with your time, your energy, and your presence.
And that's why I've been kind of selective on where I go now, you know, because I have I got old wisdom, you know, because I grew up with old people. You know, most of my peers when I was a kid, most of my peers were as old as my mom and grandma. You know what I'm saying? Most of my peers were those were in that age group. So I was able to maneuver around at a young age because I was cultivated. You know, I was cultivated to be successful, especially by the elders that helped raise me because they taught me. You know, back in the day, all they had was work. All they could do was be carpenters and plumbers, and they learned trades and they learned skills. And they told me that if you want to be successful in this world, you have to gravitate to something that's going to make you money, and it has to be a skill or a trade that you learn. You know, and throughout my life, I learned different skills. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of different skills, but the one skill that I'm a master of is the one I'm the master of, and that's is what's useful to other people. You know, especially in a group that's trying to make money because I acquired knowledge from my elders and I paid attention and listened.
This is not about playing games. This is about understanding human psychology at its core. People want what they cannot easily have. They chase what moves away. They obsess over what remains mysterious. When you make yourself scarce, you trigger something primal in others. Suddenly, your attention becomes a prize. Your approval becomes currency. Your absence creates a vacuum that others rush to fill.
And I'm quite sure we've seen that. Hold on one second, y'all. My bad, y'all. I'm keeping an eye on my next door neighbor's son. He out by himself, so I'm paying attention to him. So I'm keeping an eye on him. So that's why I was muting.
This is power without force, influence without manipulation. Start practicing today. Do not answer every message instantly. Do not attend every invitation desperately. Do not explain yourself to everyone who asks. Let them wonder. Let them wait. Let them realize that your time is not infinite and access to you must be earned. The man who is everywhere is valued nowhere, but the man who appears strategically, who speaks selectively, who moves with intention, that man becomes magnetic. That man becomes untouchable. Be rare, be necessary, be impossible to replace. Silence.
It's only one loop. It's only one loop. You know what I'm saying? Like I do have a life outside of YouTube. It might seem like by me being like responding to a lot of the stuff that's going on, it makes it seem like I'm you know, like I don't have a life and stuff like that. But I do have a real life outside of YouTube, and a lot of the things that I talk about are geared towards my outside life. It just sometimes some of the stuff kind of intertangles with each other, so it becomes something that I could talk about. You know, so And I at one point I was responding to everything and just hitting panels because I was invited and stuff like that. But now, you know, I'm reminded that, you know what I'm saying, my time is valuable. So I have to be more selective and more strategic with where I go and who I talk to. You know.
As a weapon. Weak men talk to fill silence. Powerful men use silence to fill rooms. There is an ancient truth that the loudest voice rarely holds the most power. It is the quiet one in the corner, watching, calculating, observing. That is the one you should fear. Machiavelli understood that words are weapons, but silence is a fortress. When you speak less, you reveal less. When you reveal less, you become harder to predict. And the man who cannot be predicted cannot be controlled. This is the psychology of dominance.
At GWB, it was not me who revealed anything. I just spoke on it and told the truth, and if people accept it or not is what it is. So. Hey, look, I just dropped my lady friend came to visit me from where she from, and I just dropped off at the airport. So I didn't have me some fun for the 1.5 days I had to spend with a friend. So shit, hey, it's what it is. Hey, my outside life is what it is.
That most will never grasp. They babble their insecurities into the open. They confess their plans to anyone who listens. They hand their enemies a map to their weaknesses. Do not be this fool. Master the art of restraint. When someone insults you, do not react immediately.
And I'm starting to practice this a little bit more. Like I used to be like this, but I had a slip up moment, and now I'm being more selective with who I interact with because I see it's always an agenda and purpose when people do these things. So I'm just paying it. You know, I'm starting to get back to who I am because of the things I've been through. So I'm paying attention and I'm definitely sharing my energy with where I need to be. And you know, if I do get somewhere where I don't need to be, I definitely know when to leave.
Let the silence stretch. Watch them squirm in the discomfort they created. When someone asks your opinion, pause before answering. Let them lean in. Let them wait for your words like water in a desert. This is controlled presence. This is psychological weight. You are training the world to treat your words as rare and therefore valuable. Every syllable you speak should be intentional. Every sentence should serve a purpose. Anything less is leakage. Anything less is weakness dressed as friendliness. Silence also protects you from your own emotions. Anger wants you to explode. Fear wants you to over-explain. Ego wants you to prove yourself. But the disciplined man lets none of these masters control his tongue. He breathes. He observes. He responds only when the moment serves him.
And that's why it's a lot of the reason I don't get mad when it's disrespect, because I know the reason why that it's always something against me is because I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. I'm saying I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do because I move as I see fit. So it's like I don't it's a lot of stuff that's been being said currently being said right now that I don't even hear or pay attention to because I've learned to not engage with those type of people. Don't involve myself with that type of energy. Like I've stopped watching a lot of content creators because of it. Because I don't want to be contaminated with what they got going on. So I just ignore them. And you know, I move accordingly.
This is not coldness. This is strategy. The world will test you with noise, chaos, and provocation. Your silence will be your shield. Your words, when they finally come, will be your sword. B. Competence over charisma. Charisma fades. Competence compounds. Too many men chase likability when they should be chasing mastery. They want to be charming at parties when they should be dangerous in boardrooms. Listen carefully. The world is filled with smooth talkers who crumble under pressure.
Now that's a statement right there. Most of these men who haven't been raised around other men, they feel like being liked is more important than being resourceful. They care more about the opinion of others, and they move accordingly and say things to be liked, and like with all the aggression and all the disrespect, they want to be they're creating the image of themselves that really doesn't exist, and it's not real. It's fake. Like a lot of these men want to be tough because they're not tough in life. A lot of these men want to be, I'm him. I'm the money man. I got bags and I got this and I got that. But they're not. They don't have the inside. They just have the outside. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the mental capacity or emotional capacity to just be, to just exist and to make their own way. They, you know what I'm saying? Most of these men felt like they could pay for who they want to be. Like you could pay for who you want to be in this world. Like if I got enough money, I could be a thug. I could be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I could fly you out. I could do this. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being regular, motherfucker.
It is filled with smiling faces that deliver nothing of substance. These men are forgotten the moment they leave the room. But the man who can solve problems, who can deliver results, who can do what others cannot, that man is remembered. That man is sought after. That man writes his own terms.
And that's the thing right there. If you are a master at something, you can determine your price. You can determine what is acceptable and what is not, because you are the one who they seek. They want something from you. They need your skill. So if you're a master, they're gonna call you. They're gonna look for you. They're gonna say, "Yo, how you do this and what's this?" And they're gonna always call and ask for an opinion, an assessment, or for your help, because you're a master at it. And it's not many masters out here. Most of these people don't even have no skills.
Machiavelli advised princes to be both loved and feared, but if you must choose fear. In modern terms, this means choose respect over affection. Choose results over rapport.
And that's what a lot of these dudes is doing in this world. These men hold on, let me plug my about to be charged. But a lot of these men don't have. They feel like social currency is real currency. Like, how many people like me is how I'm how people how their perspective is of me. If I look good to all the people, then I'm better off than the person who can actually do something, because everybody likes me. Like, I'd rather have respect. I don't care if you like me. I just rather You just show respect. If I show you respect, I hope that I can earn respect. But if I can't, then so be it. But I'm still gonna do me.
Competence earns respect that charisma alone never will. So stop polishing your personality and start sharpening your skills. Become so good at something that your presence becomes non-negotiable. This is the ultimate leverage. When you possess knowledge others need, you are no longer asking for opportunities. You are granting them. When you can execute at a level others cannot reach, you stop competing and start dictating. This requires sacrifice. It requires hours of invisible work that nobody applauds. It requires choosing discipline over distraction 1,000 times. But this is the price of power. Every master was once a disaster. Every expert was once ignorant. The difference is they kept going when others quit. Identify one skill that the world rewards handsomely, then pursue it with obsessive focus. Read everything, practice relentlessly, fail repeatedly, refine ruthlessly. Become exceptional at one thing, and that single edge will cut through every door that remains closed to average men.
Become a master, and you won't have to worry about negotiating anything. The master is always sought after. Even the sages found there on the side of the road. Oh yeah, they jump in the road. Hey, look, jump in the middle of the road while cars coming. You don't get hit.
Emotional detachment. Look, your emotions are not your friends. They are tools.
Okay, so look, this part right here is for the brothers, because I want the young brothers to listen to this part. If they listening, I want y'all to listen to this part, because this is the part where a lot of these young dudes are failing. They allow their emotions to get in the way of productivity.
Emotional detachment. Look, your emotions are not your friends. They are tools. And like any tool, they must be controlled by the hand that wields them, not the other way around. Most men are slaves to their feelings.
Most men are slaves to their feelings. And that's what fathers are for, to teach you to balance out your emotions. Shit, what is damn ice cream truck? Did my wife want some ice cream?
Anger hijacks their tongues. Fear paralyzes their decisions. Excitement makes them reveal too much too soon. These men are open books, easily read, easily manipulated, easily destroyed. Machiavelli observed that men who cannot govern themselves will always be governed by others. This is the cold truth of power. The moment you react emotionally, you hand control to whoever provoked you. The moment you show desperation, you announce your weakness to every predator watching. Emotional detachment is not about becoming a robot. It is about becoming the master of your inner world. Train yourself to pause before reacting. When anger rises, breathe. When fear whispers, observe it without obeying. When someone tries to provoke you, smile internally, knowing they have already lost. Your face should reveal nothing. Your voice should remain steady. Your body should project calm authority, even when storms rage inside. This is the mask of power. This is how kings behave while lesser men crumble.
Shout out to my Pistons. Shout out to my Pistons. That's what's up, Miss Trey. You're a good sport. But yeah, I'm gonna let it play a couple more. Oh yeah, it's a lesser men crumble. You know what I'm saying? Like when people try to provoke my emotions, people think that my laughter is a nervous laugh, but it's not a nervous laugh. It's me laughing to get my thoughts together, because it's like, yo, like, I don't know this person, why they talking to me like this? So it's like I'm laughing at them at this point. Yeah, hey, I'm for sure calling motherfucking Disney. She did somebody done killed Bambi on the side of the road. Oh shit.
People will test you constantly. They will insult you to see if you break. They will flatter you to see if you soften. They will create chaos to see if you panic. Pass these tests by remaining unmoved. Detachment also means releasing outcomes. Work with intensity, but do not cling to results with desperation. The man who needs a specific outcome becomes controllable through that need. The man who can walk away from anything fears nothing. This is freedom. This is power. Feel everything, but let nothing.
The man who can walk away is not controlled. And that's what I think a lot of the problem is in this world right now is that when people come across somebody who's not going along with everything, they have an issue with it because it's like I gotta obey the rules. Why you don't have to? You know, and I tell people all the time, like I created my world where I don't have to obey shit. I can do whatever I want to, when I want to, and how I want to. You're upset because I can do that, but that's a you thing. That's not a me thing. I can't be controlled by the crowd because at the end of the day, I'm still going to speak the way I speak. I'm going to think the way I think. I'm going to feel the way I feel, and I'm going to do what I want to as I see fit. And I don't have to conform to anybody's rules. And that's what the problem. I realize that that's the problem. People are upset that I'm married and I can have extramarrial affairs. It wasn't supposed to be broadcasted, but that's what happened. And I explained it, and then it made people mad because it's like, yo, like, how you get to do that? And I've been this and I did this and I gotta and you wrong for that, and you like no, like that's not how it works. How you work in your relationship is how you work. How I work is how I work. So if people have a problem with that, then that's a them problem, and that's what's going on right now. Is people are upset because true freedom is when you can't be controlled. And a lot of these men out here don't have freedom. And anytime they see a man that has freedom, they get upset, they get angry, they get mad, they say things, whatever they can say to try to bring you back to where they are in life. And I'm not going back to the little piece of life. I'm going to live free. You know, that's the American dream, right? To be free. You know.
Nothing control you. Be water, calm on the surface, deep beyond measure, and impossible to grasp. Strategic relationships. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This is not motivational fluff. This is strategic reality. Your circle either elevates you or buries you.
Oh, and this is an important part too. The company you keep is who you are. If you hang around a sexual offender, you might be one. If you hang around a thief, you might be one. You know, if you hang around somebody who's a shooter, you might be a shooter. You know, it's the company you keep, and more than likely, you're the same. You know, you're similar. You're the same. You know what I'm saying? In some sense, you're the same. You're the same person that you be around. And that's why a lot of these entities are the way they are.
There is no neutral ground. Machiavelli spent pages analyzing alliances, betrayals, and the nature of loyalty among men. He understood that relationships are transactions wrapped in emotion. This sounds harsh, but denying it does not make it untrue. Every person in your life is either an asset, a liability, or irrelevant.
And I try to tell people, They're irrelevant. They serve no purpose. They're a liability. Like these are words that I use daily, and I say it all the time. Like I only want to be around successful people because if I'm around successful people, I'm going to be successful too. But I have something to bring to the table to help with the success of the group. My circle is filled with the people that make money. Who they may not have the likability part, but they make the moves and they do the things that they supposed to do. Yeah, shout out to the Pistons. Yeah, I know y'all mad. It's all right. You know, hey, look, we Detroit is unlikable, all right, and I accept that. I accept that. I'm from Detroit, so I know. You know, we was the bad boys. We was like the you know. Yeah. But these are words I use. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a woman in your life that can't contribute to your life is a burden, a liability. A person that you don't know that a person that you don't know who's trying to continuously interact with you and you don't know them, they're irrelevant. I want to be around success. So I try to be around successful people. So that way I could be successful too. But I got some. I'm bringing my success. I'm adding my success to the table. See, and it's a lot of these people that's out here. They don't have nothing to offer nobody. You know what I'm saying? So they're irrelevant.
The sooner you accept this, the sooner you stop bleeding energy into connections that return nothing. Look around you. Who drains you? Who doubts you?
Iceberg, what up, though? Hold on one second. My bad, y'all. Hey, I'm checking on the little young man next door, y'all. My bad. Hey, I got. Hey, look, I got to do real life shit. I just making sure he alright. You know, he's autistic, so I got to make sure he's good. So my bad for keep pausing, man. But hey, that's what it is.
Who secretly celebrates your failures. These people are anchors disguised as companions. Cut them loose or watch them drag you to the bottom. But this is only half the equation. Strategic relationships are not just about removing the wrong people. They are about attracting and being the right ones. Seek those who are ahead of you. Seek those who challenge your thinking and expand your vision. Seek those who operate with ambition, discipline, and hunger. These alliances sharpen you. Iron sharpens iron. Mediocrity dulls everything it touches. Position yourself near power, near excellence, near momentum. Proximity alone will teach you what books cannot.
All right, hold on, y'all. The ice cream truck out, y'all. Hold on. Let me beat my mic. All right. I didn't know the ice cream truck was gonna be out. I would have fucking bought little man ice cream and shit, but they came too fast and I'm live and shit. So I got them next time, but.
However, never enter these relationships as a beggar.
Oh, hold on. I got to go back because this was a part two. Okay. So what I was trying to say was, you have to align yourself with. If you're successful, it don't make no sense to be around people that ain't doing shit in life. You know what I'm saying? Like people who just doing, you know, the mediocre things in life. Like they just sitting at home and ain't doing shit and ain't making no money, or not even that. Just they're not contributing to nothing. They're just doing the everyday workflow and shit like that. You want to be around people that's actually making moves in life. You don't want to be around people that's not doing nothing, because the people that's not doing nothing in life, you're just going to, if you have ambitions to be great, you got to be around great people. You can't be around people that's mediocre and average. You want to be around people that's successful and they have more than you, so that way you can absorb the things that they know, so you can apply it to your own life to be successful just like them. That's why I hang around people that's better than me and have more than me, because I want to be better. I can't hang around nobody. Well, I'm the best man, because if I'm the best man, shit, whoever I'm hanging with is way worse than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's always best, if you're trying to be successful and be a master or be powerful and be great, you got to be around great people. You can't be around the average mediocre motherfucker that ain't doing shit in life. And that's what most of these motherfuckers is in this world and in this sector.
Seek those who challenge your thinking and expand your vision. Seek those who operate with ambition, discipline, and hunger. These alliances sharpen you. Iron sharpens iron. Mediocrity dulls everything it touches. Position yourself near power, near excellence, near momentum. Proximity alone will teach you what books cannot. However, never enter these relationships as a beggar.
And that's what a lot of these dudes that be around people that's successful in life. A lot of these motherfuckers is beggars. They beggars for attention. They're beggars for money. They have nothing to offer. They just want to be around because they see success and they see the reward you get from success. Like, these people are not successful, so they be around other people who's successful, so they could be a part of that. Like, I don't want to be a part of somebody else shit like that. I want to help elevate it, and I'm gonna add my piece to it. But my part is to elevate me too. You know what I'm saying? A successful group elevates each other, not just one person.
Bring value before you ask for anything. Be useful before you seek to benefit. The powerful do not keep parasites in their circle. They keep allies. Make yourself an ally worth keeping. Understand also that loyalty is rarer than gold. Most men are loyal only to their own interests.
And I just said that these niggas want the benefits of your success because they don't have success. So if you successful, they're gonna bring you down. You know, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna say, oh, well, I'm cool with such and such. This my friend, and this the nigga I'll rock with, and blah blah blah. Instead of just being able to make the move and say, I'm here on my own. Like, I don't chase no. I don't have to chase nobody else. I'm successful on my own. I don't need nobody else's success to be successful in this motherfucking world.
This is not cynicism. This is observation. Do not hate them for it. Simply factor it into your calculations. Trust must be earned through time and tested through pressure. Give it slowly. Withdraw it swiftly when violated. Protect your inner circle with ferocity, but never let sentimentality blind you to betrayal. Even old friends can become new enemies when circumstances shift. Watch patterns, not words. Words are cheap theater. Patterns reveal true character. Finally, learn the art of strategic distance. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, your plans, or your vulnerabilities. Keep outer circles for networking. Keep inner circles small and sacred. The man who trusts everyone becomes the man everyone exploits. But the man who builds his network with precision, who gives wisely and guards fiercely, becomes a fortress surrounded by chosen warriors. That...
Yeah, hey. Hey, look. The crazy thing is, once I recognize who you are, I move accordingly. Yeah, shots was fired. You heard them? That was shotgun blast. I hope you heard them. Once I realize who you are and how you move, I'm going to treat you accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still going to be polite and move in the way that I move, but I know who you are, and I'm going to treat you as such. You know what I'm saying? You never let, you know what I'm saying? You never let your left hand know what your right hand doing, especially if you're in a group. You know what I'm saying? And the only hand that you got to trust is your own. So, yeah, like, look, hey, money, I'm going to tell you something about me. I had my own empire before I stepped on this YouTube shit. I had my own shit already set up and already together. I already had my shit together. I didn't come on YouTube and get together. I was here already. And a lot of these people didn't understand that shit. And that's why a lot of this shit happened. Because they like, oh, we got to bring him down the peg because he's too much. Like, what? Like, you going to try to bring me down like you're not even involved in my shit.
That is how empires are built. That is how legacies survive. The art of walking away. The most powerful position in any negotiation, any relationship, any situation is the ability to walk away. This is the nuclear option that most men never develop because they are too desperate, too attached, too afraid of starting over. But
okay, so this is valuable right here. People who don't have nothing to offer, they can't walk away. They have to stay within the group to have the things, because if they walk away, they're gonna be by themselves. And most of these people can't move by themselves. They can't move by themselves. They need the group. That's why they stay in the group so long. They ended up getting disrespected. Cussed out, and all type of shit. Nature, what up, though? You know, these people they need the group to thrive and to survive. They can't do anything solo, because a lot of people, when they leave the group, you know, we don't use civilization. When the person becomes an outcast, they get sent away on their own. They don't survive because they don't have the know-how. They don't know how to survive on their own. They only have group thinking to move around in the world. And that's why a lot of people, they okay with being around people that's not good. They're okay with being around people that do horrible things to other people. They're okay with it because it's like, well, if I leave and don't be and support this motherfucker, then I'm gonna be by myself and I ain't gonna know what to do. You know, we watching it now. People getting disrespected and who loyal to the motherfucker, and then get disrespected when they have a difference of opinion and shit. Like they can't leave. They don't know how to walk away from nothing. I've been married about almost 20 years. If it ever came to be, or I won't even use my marriage. I use my marriage. I'll cut my gut. If the people that I love in my life are doing something that's going to jeopardize what the fuck I got going on, I'll cut you loose. I'll cut my mama loose. I'll cut my sister loose. I'll cut my wife loose. I'll cut my kids loose. I'll cut everybody loose. If I need be to protect the thing that's going on in my life, I'll protect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could walk away from anything. I mean, think about it. I walked away. I've been seen to walk away. I can walk away from anything. I could drop. Look, I could say some crazy shit. I could drop everything I got in my life and go somewhere else and start the fuck over. And I could be okay and be myself. I don't need other people like that. I can walk away from anything. And that's a gift that I guess it's a gift. Like, I don't have to, you know. I said I need more interaction with people. I said people irritate you. Hey, same here. Yeah, I already know. I can walk away from anything. It ain't nothing that it's nothing that I hold that close to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, when it comes to make a executive decision, I make it. I've ended friendships that's been 20 plus years long. I've ended them just like that. Should I ended relationships with motherfuckers I didn't have? Like, everybody I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody is, what I'm saying? Like, once you know who you are, knowledge of is the greatest power. And I have knowledge of self. I know who I am. I know what I'm gonna do. I know how I'm gonna react. So I don't need the nobody else factor. I don't need that. I could just walk away from anything. I could drop everything. I done did my job. My kids grown, grandbabies, all that shit. I'm in a position where I can just do whatever the fuck I want to, when I want to, how I want to, and it's what it is.
Listen closely. The man who cannot leave is the man who will always be controlled.
And you see them niggas is being controlled because they can't leave. Hey, look, they are being controlled. These men in this world are being controlled by other men because they can't walk away. They don't know how to be fucking men on their own. They need the group to be men. And a lot of these people are not men. They're males. They don't know how to be on their own. They need other people to survive in a world like this. It used to be worse than this. So I already know a lot of these men. They wouldn't survive a day in the wilderness. They're gonna need somebody else. Hold on a second. I need to My bad, y'all. My bad. My bad. Had to make sure the baby was good out there.
Machiavelli wrote about princes who lost their kingdoms because they clung to alliances that no longer served them. They feared loss more than they valued freedom. They became prisoners of their own attachments. Do not repeat their mistakes. Your willingness to walk away is not cruelty. It is the purest expression of self-respect. It announces to the world that you value yourself more than any single opportunity, any single person, any single outcome. And paradoxically, this is exactly what makes others value you more. Think about it deeply. When you negotiate from neediness, you disrespected, you train others to disrespect you further. When you tolerate jobs that underpay and overwork you, you signal that your time is worthless.
And I know some of y'all can relate to that. When he was talking about you stay in jobs. I mean, and all of them are the same aspect. They're the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna be on a job that you'll never get a raise, but they want you to work your ass off. And they'll never give you the respect. They'll give it to somebody who don't work as hard as you, and it'll be somebody that's late all the time. They don't give you, you know what I'm saying? You work the hardest, but they get the respect, the employee of the money. You didn't bust your ass for the whole money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of different scenarios that come with this group thing that they got going on. That's in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not just here where we are. It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You put all your effort and energy into something, and it's people that's not going to recognize you for actually showing the work. And that's when you're supposed to walk away. And it's a lot of people that's not in position mentally, spiritually, and financially to make those decisions to walk away. Especially mentality too. Because there's a lot of people in this sector that's been taking the disrespect and like they absorb it because it's like, well, I can't go over there, so I gotta take this shit. Or they just disappear. Like, you know.
Every moment you stay in situations beneath your value, you are voting against yourself. You are telling the universe that you do not believe you deserve better. And the universe will agree. It always does. But the moment you develop the internal strength to leave, everything shifts. Suddenly, your boss offers a raise when you hand in your resignation. Suddenly, the person who ignored you chases you when you stop pursuing. Suddenly, doors open because you stopped banging on the wrong ones. This is not magic. This is leverage. And leverage belongs to those willing to lose in order to gain. Develop your walkaway power by building options. Never rely on one source of income. Never depend on one relationship for your happiness. Never anchor your entire identity to one role or title. Diversify your foundations so that no single loss can devastate you. The man with options walks differently. He speaks differently. He negotiates differently. He does not beg because he does not need to. He chooses because he can afford to. This abundance mindset is not about arrogance. It is about architecture. You are building a life where you are never trapped, never cornered, never desperate. Practice walking away from small things first. Leave conversations that waste your time. Decline invitations that drain your energy. Say no to requests that do not align with your priorities. Each small departure strengthens your muscle for the bigger walks you will eventually need to take. And when those moments come, when you must leave a career, a partnership, a chapter of your life, you will not hesitate, you will not cling, you will simply turn, walk forward, and never look back. Because you understand the ancient truth that Machiavelli knew well. Those who cannot abandon the old will never build the new. Those who grip too tightly will always lose everything. But those who master the art of walking away become truly free. And free men are untouchable. Reputation.
I can walk away from my marriage. I can walk away from my life. I don't got no job. So I gotta walk away from a job. You know what I'm saying? He say, I have option ring in my. Hey, look. When you put yourself in position to do whatever the fuck you want, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and it brings the jealousy out of people because they haven't mastered themselves. The first fight or the first war that you have in this world is with yourself, and I can attest to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, like I can walk away from anything. I got options. I have options. I'm getting a little older, so my options is thinning out. But I, at this age right now, I still got options. I can do whatever the fuck I want to. That's why I can walk away from things. I can walk away from people. Like I say, it's easy to walk away when you have options, and a lot of people don't have options. That's why they stick around and stay in the fuck shit that they got to be around because they have no other options.
As currency. Your reputation arrives before you enter any room. It speaks when you are silent. It works when you are sleeping. It opens doors you never knocked on and closes others you never knew existed. Machiavelli declared that reputation is the cornerstone of power. He was not exaggerating. In a world where perception often matters more than reality, your image is your most valuable currency. Guard it with your life. Build it with intention. Let nothing and no one tarnish it without consequence. Most men are careless with their reputations. They gossip freely. They break promises casually. They associate with anyone without considering the cost. These men
Said, look, I'm telling you, when you live your life in a certain way, it just brings hate. It brings it. It's like and it just shows that you're doing the right thing. You know, successful men, successful men don't worry about money, your assets, and what you can do. Men with money worry about getting more money. They don't worry about the minor details of somebody's life because they're focused on getting money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I don't got unlimited options, but I got options. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, hey, it's because my dad was a man of means. He taught me how to get them. So when I get them, when I got them, I was able to move like my father. You know, I might not be able to move quite as much as he, you know, but it's the same scenario. I'm by the time I get his age, with the age that he was, I'll be all right. I'll be good. That shit, I'm gonna be chilling somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Mhm. Say shit. I lost a lot of assets to be free of my ex. Hey, that's why. Hey, look. That's why you on that. Hey, look. That's why. Look. See, I should do a live on that too. Protect your assets. Protect the things that you have and shit. And look, if you gotta get this shit up, get this shit up. I'm quite sure that the satisfaction of you being happy is better than having all that shit and being unhappy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look, I'm quite sure you're happy, Nature. Trust me. I know you. Hey, look, you might be mad about the shit that you lost, but hey, recovery is a motherfucker when you put the time and effort into it. All right?
men wonder why opportunities pass them by. They do not realize that their name has become worthless in rooms they have never entered. Word travels, people talk, and once your reputation is stained, scrubbing it clean takes years of relentless effort. Some stains never fade at all. Start by deciding what you want to be known for.
Oh, and I do want to say this. I do want to say this. When it comes to reputation, I'm glad that my real life ain't tied to this YouTube shit because the shit that people be saying about me, they would people that really make money with me would be thinking some shit because a lot of these people on this, a couple, I ain't gonna say a lot, but it's a few people on this motherfucker who got some extreme hate for me for I don't know what reason, but they have extreme hate for me. So I'm glad that my personal life and YouTube ain't tied together because, or my business life, because I had to plug some of you motherfuckers for doing all that goddamn talking. I mean, just to say, I'm just saying, like, yo, you fucking with my money, I'm gonna have to do something about that. But you know what I'm saying? It's constant. The consequences that I make motherfuckers suffer on this motherfucker on YouTube. I just be like, I just embarrass them. I just embarrass them. Hey, extreme hate, Trey. You see it, and look, you see it for yourself. You see it for yourself. I ain't exaggerating shit.
Power respects clarity. Choose 3 words that define your public image and let every action reinforce them. If you want to be known as reliable, never miss a deadline. If you want to be known as dangerous, never let disrespect slide. If you want to be known as excellent, never deliver mediocre work. Consistency is the architect of reputation. One great act means nothing if followed by 10 careless ones. People remember patterns. They trust trajectories. Show them the same man every single time until your name becomes synonymous with your chosen attributes. This is branding at its most primal level. You are the product. Your reputation is the packaging. Make it impossible to ignore. Protect your reputation with calculated aggression when necessary. Do not let slander spread unchallenged. Do not.
Okay, so I see what you said. That's true. Trey, crazy. So I did allow a couple people to disrespect me on this motherfucking YouTube shit, and it probably allowed some other people to feel comfortable enough to do that shit. But what I will say is, they wouldn't do it in real life. I'll say that. Yeah. Hey, look, bag of chips. Some things are some things that's in a video. I don't agree with neither. Like I don't care about reputation, like because at the end of the day, my work speaks for itself. I'm an artist. People see my work and want to buy my shit, regardless of what type of person I am. They like, yo, like as long as I'm not doing nothing against their moral compass or anything about what they got going on, if it ain't messing it up, we gonna do business. So when it comes to the reputation thing, I kind of like I don't give a fuck about reputation. I don't give a fuck what people think about me because at the end of the day, shit. As long as my kids good, as long as the ladies good in my life, as long as my wife good, as long as my mom good, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? This I don't care what people think about me. Like shit, people think I'm a whore. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. No, hey, Nature, you right. It depends on the type of work you do. I do the type of work that I don't have to. I could deny somebody. I could deny somebody's business. If somebody do some business with me, and I'm like at a position where, like your money, I could tell people your money ain't no good with me. I'm quite sure you heard me say it before. If some people money ain't no good, it don't matter what position I'm in life. If I'm in a fucked up position and I don't fuck with you and you this type of person, your money is still no good. Like I don't care if I need it or not. I'll find another way because I don't need things that's going to take away from me. And that's why I can say these niggas is irrelevant.
Allow small disrespects to accumulate into perceived weakness. Address threats early and decisively. Machiavelli warned that injuries should either be avoided entirely or avenged completely. Halfway.
And that's why when people threaten me, I threaten back. I've been doing this. This ain't something new to me. Like this just came out months ago. I've been doing this in my life. Like so the way that I talk is the way that I've been. And once somebody threatened me, I address that shit. And then people be like, oh, but I be like, yo, like, well, don't do it. Because I'm serious. I mean what I say, and
Way measures invite further attacks. When someone harms your name, make the cost clear, not through petty retaliation, but through strategic response that restores your standing and discourages future offenders. Silence is not always golden. Sometimes silence signals permission. Know the difference and act accordingly. Equally important is the company you keep publicly. Associations shape perceptions. Stand beside winners and their shine reflects on you. Stand beside fools and their shadow covers you. Be ruthless about who you are seen with, who you endorse, and who you allow into your visible world. This is not shallow. This is survival. The court of public opinion judges quickly and forgets slowly. Give them only the evidence that serves your rise. Control the narrative. Curate the image. Leave nothing to chance. Finally, understand that reputation compounds over time. Every kept promise adds interest. Every delivered result builds equity. Every year of consistent excellence multiplies your worth exponentially. Patient men become legends. Reckless men become cautionary tales. Choose your path today because your name will echo long after your voice falls silent. Make that echo thunderous. Make it undeniable. Make it untouchable.
And I think I'm gonna stop right there. I think I think I think that it's where it stands. You know, like you have to be a master of self to master the world, and you can't master the world until you master yourself. And I am mastering myself. I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going. I'm the same person every single day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's actually some good information. Oh, it's only 4 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Hold on, nature. I'm gonna play 4 more minutes. I know somebody else live, but I'm still gonna do what it do.
The transformation begins now. You have heard the principles. You have absorbed the strategies. You have glimpsed the mindset that separates the powerful from the powerless. But knowledge without action is worthless. Information without implementation is entertainment. And you did not come here to be entertained. You came here to transform. So let me ask you directly, what will you do tomorrow that you did not do yesterday? What weakness will you confront? What skill will you sharpen? What relationship will you evaluate? What silence will you practice? What boundary will you enforce? These are not rhetorical questions. These are the questions that separate the man you are from the man you are destined to become. Machiavelli did not write for dreamers. He wrote for doers. He wrote for men willing to face uncomfortable truths and act on them without hesitation. Be that man, starting now, starting today, starting with the very next decision you make. Understand that transformation is not a single event. It is a series of choices repeated until they become character. You will not wake up powerful tomorrow. You will wake up slightly more disciplined, slightly more aware, slightly more strategic. And those slight improvements, compounded over months and years, will create a version of you that current you cannot even imagine. This is the path. There are no shortcuts. There are no secrets hidden from you. The secret is consistency. The secret is relentless execution.
You have to be who you are at all times. You can't pretend to be someone else because you have to pretend to maintain that character at all times. So it's just best to be yourself. And a lot of people are not who they are in real life. They create themselves on social media to be somebody else who they are not. And that's why the world is falling apart, because it's a bunch of fake, fraud, phony, fuck motherfuckers around this world pretending to be who they not, and they're trying to belittle everybody else because they're not who they are in life. If you be who you are in life, who you truly are in life, life becomes easy. But you don't learn that until you defeat yourself.
When motivation fades, the secret is choosing the hard path so many times that it becomes your default. Most men will hear these words and feel inspired for an hour. Then they will return to their old patterns, their old circles, their old excuses. Do not be most men. Be the exception that proves the rule. Be the anomaly that rises while others sink. The world will not make this easy for you. It will test your resolve daily. Old friends will mock your ambition. Comfort will seduce you back to mediocrity. Failure will whisper that you should quit. Ignore them all. These are the trials that forge untouchable men. Every setback is a lesson. Every enemy is a teacher in evolution. Embrace the resistance. It is the very thing that builds your strength. Iron does not become steel without fire. Diamonds do not form without pressure. Neither will you. From this moment forward, carry yourself differently. Speak with intention. Move with purpose. Guard your time like treasure and your reputation like armor. Let no one define your value but you. Let no circumstance dictate your emotions. Let no failure become your identity. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are the relentless force moving toward mastery, power, and freedom. This is your birthright. Claim it without apology. Now I want to hear from you. If this message reached your...
All right, so y'all see where I got this from. It's on the screen. That's where I got this video from. You know, it's a lot of videos like this that I watch, and you know, it just reminds me of the conversations I had with my father when I was young. So, you know what I'm saying, this is, you know, a tribute to my elders almost. You know what I'm saying? This is something that, you know, a lot of men, even in their 50s and 60s, don't even know this because they didn't have fathers in their lives to teach them this. You know, they didn't have no men to guide them. They just went out, you know, they just went out into the world and did whatever the fuck they want to with no guidance. And that's why a lot of them ended up in the situations that they ended up in because they didn't have guidance. You know, and, you know, an emotional man is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? A man who can't control his emotions and control himself is very dangerous. And that's what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? It's going on YouTube. It's going on in real life. It's going on everywhere. You know, so it's just a simple fact that we, you know what I'm saying, we as individuals, you know, I'm gonna speak about as we as individuals, as men especially. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn ourselves before we start trying to tell other people how to be who they are, because I can't listen to a man talk about marriage and he hasn't been married. I can't listen to a man that doesn't understand the dynamics of the relationships of marriage if the marriage isn't what they see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't listen to that. It's nothing that I could gain from a person like that, regardless of any. You could gain from anybody. Don't think that I'm saying that. You can gain knowledge from anybody, but when it comes to certain aspects of life, certain people I can't listen to. I can't listen to a person who's not married talk about relationships. You know, I can't listen to a dude that's been married and you know, I've been married almost 20 and they've been married 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, you haven't even been year 10 yet. You know, when you get to year 10, it's different from year 5. It's different from year 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get to 15, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you've been married 10, I could possibly listen to you. If you've been married 5, I might consider. But you know what I'm saying? I'm almost in a 20 club, man. You can't, what you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know the value of myself, so I can decide who I listen to, because I know who I am. I don't ask for permission to be me. You know, I don't ask for permission to live my life a certain way. I'm not looking for permission from anybody to do what I do, because I do what I do because I want to and how I want to. So I don't ask anybody else for it. People can have their opinions, but the opinion don't matter. The opinions don't matter, because if I don't value your opinion, it don't mean nothing. You know, and it's it's people in this world that needs to just, say, what's the difference in the dynamic between 5 and 15? Okay, hey, bag of chips, I could definitely answer that. If a person been married 5 years, they're still, the honeymoon stage depends on the relationship. The honeymoon stage lasts maybe 5 years. So you still getting to know the person, you still adapting to they flaws and their quirks and the things that you like and the things they don't like. By year 15, you already know that shit. You basically know the person that you with, because you didn't been with them 15 years. 5 years. It's the honeymoon stage. You still getting to know the person and still, figuring them out and figuring out how you are with them. It's definitely a difference. 5 and 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the people in my family when I was coming up, they was married 30 years and up. And that's who what I'm saying, when I was a kid, I wanted to get married. So I always, because that's what my family did. So I was around mothers and fathers who ran houses together. So everything all of the information that was given to me was through married people. And I've seen every dynamic of marriages. People that, some people in my family was happily married. Some of the people was married by convenience. Some of the people was married because they had ties together. I seen unhappy marriages. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? And I always listen to those people because they experienced it. The best teacher is experience. And you have to talk to somebody who experienced it to learn from it, because you can't talk to somebody who haven't experienced it to get a valid perspective of what you're trying to acquire. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no perspective from you got a bunch of single friends and they trying to tell you about relationships, and you in a relationship, but they don't have no relationship. It's, what I'm saying? It's, you gotta, it's a skill. You know what I'm saying? You have to measure the skill. I got some people in my family that been together for 40 plus years, and them motherfuckers ain't even married. But they've been together for 40 years. They just didn't put the title on it. And they've been together for years. And I could listen to that person that's been with that person for 40 years versus somebody who, what I'm saying, I don't know shit about. And if you say you've been married this long and all you talking is crazy, like, it's definitely a difference. You have to know the difference. So I'm stop sharing that. Close this out. But yeah, I'm always going to take advice from people that have the experience. You have to have the experience for me to take what you have to say as valid. That's why I can't listen to a lot of these dudes, and especially dudes that's angry and they got to tell me how I should live my life and what I should say and what I should do. Like, I mean, come on, I got an old nigga who ain't got shit going on in life trying to tell me what I should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you done been to prison, you ain't got no woman, you ain't got no wife. Like, you got all this shit to say about me, but your life is in shambles, nigga. But you worried about what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I got a married nigga that's telling me, oh, you're not a husband and you're not this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like, my wife don't think this, so why does your opinion matter? I got a young nigga who don't know nothing about life and just know about his work and what he do and trying to tell me what the fuck to do. And he 10 years my youngin. What do these type of people, what do these people got to say to me that I'm gonna listen to and that I care about or anything? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can they add to my life? You know what I'm saying? I can't listen to these motherfuckers you know, when I hit panels and they got something to say to me about my marriage and all this other shit and talk about my wife and all this other shit, like I don't. These niggas don't even have girlfriends, and the married nigga that got something to say about me ain't. His words don't mean shit to me. Like he don't even have the self discipline not to even fuck with people. He gotta fuck with people because he wants to be. These niggas add no value to nobody's life. All they are is destructive. Letitia, respect to you, sister. I hope all is well with you. You know what I'm saying? I hope all is well. You know, hey, that was a dope live. And Letitia, I don't want you to think I was trying to take away from your content because I was just trying to add something to it, you know, because you said something that was you said something that you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people didn't know about the 1920s, you know, and I wasn't trying to be like showboaty shit like that. I was just saying that, you know, hey, you know, that was a dope live, right? For sure, that was a dope live. Like we need more of those type of motherfucking we need those conversations. We you know, hey look, the sector is the beef sector, but it's good to have more to talk about than just beefing and fighting with each other because you know what I'm saying that like I was just saying a lot of yeah I appreciate you sister, you already know, hey, all respect to you sister, you know it's the beef sector, but we do have some good people in the sector that can actually have something to contribute to the sector besides the beef, like you know, because most of these motherfuckers is entertained by the beef. That's all they want to do is beef with each other and all this other shit. But they, you know, they don't want to. You know, once you start talking about something that's valuable and positive, you know what I'm saying? It's like you talking nonsense. Like yo, like I'm just talking about life. You know what go on in life? What's real? Because at some point I understand that this beef sector, this beef shit that people be doing all on this motherfucking YouTube shit, it's not real. You know, all this threatening and aggression and all this, it's not real. You know, yeah, it's a time and place for everything. You're right, sister. It's a time and place for it. You know, like it's what it is. You know, and if all these people want to do is argue and fight all the time, they're going to be disappointed with a lot of people because some people, you know, like everybody's not trying to be involved in they bullshit. You know, like people not trying to be involved in it. You know, it's people that actually, you know, it's actually some, like I said, there's some knowledgeable people in this sector, and I appreciate hearing the great content. You know what I'm saying? The content that's, you know, even though it's the beef sector, it's still good to have good people that can have things they can talk about and say, with the other people. Oh yeah. You right. Yeah, hey, you right, Courtney. You absolutely right. Yeah, you know, I just didn't want to say that. Yeah, respect to that. You know, it's what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to get up and you know, just do my little presentation, y'all. Y'all know how I do. I get up here and talk my shit and do my thing, and you know what I'm saying. It's this the I guess this, you know, hey look, this the time for us to just chop it up and do what we do. So you know. And I know some other people about to go live, y'all, but I just want to, you know, like I said, I wanted to hop up here and just chop it up with y'all because y'all good people. You know, the people that come to my chat, you know, we crack jokes, laugh, and do our thing. Yeah, shout out to the presentations. Yeah, the presentations are dope. When people actually take the time to look up stuff and show stuff, it's really, you know, content. You know, it's content. So, you know, and it's what it is. So with that being said, everybody, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, look, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Leticia, I definitely appreciate you, sister. You know, I didn't even think about that. I was just, you know, life is about learning, it's about experiencing, and it's about passing it down. And sometimes you gotta, you know, the things that you learn in life, even the good things or the bad things, you know what I'm saying? You have to pass it down. to warn the young ones that's coming up before or after you. You know what I'm saying? Because the ones before you gave it to you, so don't do a disservice to them by not showing it. You know, pass that knowledge down. It's called tradition. You know, it's called tradition. You know, we have this thing called tradition in our culture. You know, it's the passing down of the stories, the legacy, the life stories, the experience. It's about the money. It's about everything. You know what I'm saying? So we have to pass it down to our younger ones. You know, and we have to stop babying them and not and hiding the truth from them and trying to spare their feelings, like, because this world is cold and you have to be honest with the people that you love, because when they grow up, they're gonna be like, well, damn, why they didn't tell me this, or why they didn't show me this? You know what I'm saying? So you want to prepare. You always want to make the next generation better. So when you pass the torch to them, they could light a fire. You know what I'm saying? They could light a bigger fire than you was supposed to light. You know. That's what life is about. It's not about fighting war. It's enough war going on outside. You know what I'm saying? And all of this fake beefing and fake aggression and all this fake shit, like, it's pointless. It's not gonna lead to nowhere but somebody getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it's at this point it's goofy. It's goofy at this point. You know what I'm saying? To be arguing and fighting, looking for somebody to argue and fight with. You know what I'm saying? Throughout your day. No, you could. Hey, no, Trey. It wasn't like that, Trey. Trey. That's why I said something, because like I said, no, we good. We ain't got to explain none of this shit. We good. You know what I'm saying? We laugh at crack jokes and talk shit in multiple chats. Most of the people I talk to anyway, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it ain't like that. Look, I ain't like them sensitive ass niggas over there. Right? Like, you can tell me, hey, yo, that was fucked up, Lou, and I ain't gonna be like, oh, fuck you. You said I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I ain't like that. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen. I'm a polite spirit, all right? I'm polite. I try to show respect to people. I try to honor people. I try to lead with respect. But once that shit over with, I'm something else. So as long as we ain't on that and we just having fun and shit, let's do that. I don't care about nothing else. Let's just have fun and enjoy each other, because life is too short to be that. You know what I'm saying? We need to be, I know how to be that. I was raised up with old motherfuckers, all right? Like, them motherfuckers was chill. I was outside growing gardens and learning how to plant soil and how to till the soil and shit. I was out there having fun and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in this motherfucker having fun, Trey, yeah, hey, I know it's all talk. It's just the simple fact that people have, it seems like they have to do that. Like, inside this presentation, it says something about how people have to do these things to make themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, the loudest motherfucker, as soon as they leave, ain't nobody gonna be talking about them no more. You know what I'm saying? So, shit. Look, they gonna talk shit right now, but then once they leave, ain't nobody thinking about them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody thinking about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they out the door. Like, yeah, I'm glad that motherfucker gone. Shit. Hey, look. This is the part. Look, this is the good part of YouTube that I really wanted to be a part of. So, shit, if it's on my platform or I'm hosting it, hey, it's what we gonna do. Shit, look, we got the honest jokes and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, shit. Hey. Hey, look, laughter extends your life. I'm gonna tell you, when you angry, You use all the muscles in your face. Your face got shit down there, 100+ muscles in it. And it take when you angry and shit, all them motherfuckers work together and shit. And then you get wrinkles in your forehead. Like you see, I got a couple of wrinkles in my shit besides the little fucked up part. But you know what I'm saying? Like my wrinkles is slowly fading away because I'm having some opportunities to fucking laugh with people that laugh with me and shit. And we having fun and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all remember the last time I was live, I had all the hair on my face. I looked all bummy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like I cleaned up. I look a little younger now, and I'm happy and laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather have honest people around me than fake people. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Hey, Letitia, definitely. Hey, Letitia, I always say it. I would rather have 10 real motherfuckers around me than 100 fake motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that's real, they're gonna be honest with you and they're gonna tell you the truth, and you ain't even gotta worry about no fuck shit. These fake motherfuckers that you have around, they're the motherfuckers that's gonna be talking to other people behind your back, and then they, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna be trying to stir up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with my 10 real motherfuckers that I got. You know, that's not the number, but I'm just saying I got, you know, I'd rather have a solid 10, you know, than 100. You know, hey, and that's where I stand with it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be, listen, ever since I left from that side of the motherfucking sector, it's been nothing but fun. We've been laughing. Well, I've been laughing. I done met some cool people who crack jokes, and people crack jokes on me and it ain't disrespectful and all. I've been having fun ever since I left that side of the sector because them motherfuckers over there, the company you keep. The company you keep. If you hang with a predator, you might be one. If you hang with a robber and a thief, you might be a robber and a thief. You hang with a shooter, you might be a shooter. I ain't a part of that. I'm about helping build and create life. I'm not about destroying it. And messing with people that's not about that, you know, says a lot about the person. You know, but like I said, I'm not gonna allow um I'm not gonna allow these spirits to taint me because I'm on a redemption path. And when you're on a redemption path, you're a little bit focused because you're trying to get back to good graces. You know, so I'm not on no you know, y'all know me. Y'all that been around this motherfucker long enough. Shit, I've been live. I've been going live for almost a year and a year and some change. You know, so I didn't even do a year thing because I didn't even know what the hell to do for a year. So, but shit, we gonna do something on the 2 year though, because we gonna, hey, look, we rocking out. We've been rocking out for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's what it is. Yo. It is what it is. But everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. I just wanted to get on here and just do a little presentation. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate everybody for coming up. You know what I'm saying? Love, peace, happiness, honesty, loyalty, friendship. You know what I'm saying? Respect, just being cool with each other. You know, positivity, focus on that. If it's something negative, you can address it or you can let it go or not address it at all. But go back to being positive because the positive thing is going to make you faster, stronger, better. It's going to get you to meet new people. It'll give you a little bit of life, a better life, and everything else. So, you know, everybody have a great evening, and I'll see y'all in the chat. So whatever we going to do, and I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? So have a great evening. Peace.